Sometimes you wonder why there should be a requirement in philosophy. Sometimes philosophers will say, well, students should be required to take philosophy in order to help them to think more clearly. But that doesn't seem sufficient, because philosophy as a discipline isn't anymore. If it's going to be done well, you have to think clearly, but you have to think clearly if you're going to do literary criticism well, or good social science or whatever. So that's not a really satisfying answer. In fact, this question is not a new one. This question is in the Platonic dialogues. There's a dialogue of Plato's called the Gorgias. Now, what was Gorgias? Gorgias was someone that Plato called a sophist. He was someone who took money from rich people to train their sons to be successful in life. And how do you train them to be successful in life? Well, you teach them how to be persuasive. And to be persuasive, you have to think clearly, and along with having various rhetorical skills. And Socrates, in his conversation with Gorgias, says to Gorgias, well, Gorgias, in addition to helping your students think clearly and speak effectively, do you teach them how to use these skills you're giving them justly? And Gorgias is nonplussed, and he kind of mumbles and says, well, no, I just assume they'll use their skills for good purposes. And Socrates is trying to draw Gorgias and then a couple of other sophists in that dialogue to the realization that philosophy really, in the end, is seeking wisdom. And what does that mean? Well, it's seeking an understanding of our world that helps us to appreciate where the world came from, where we came from, where we're going, how we ought to live. And so I still subscribe to that view of what philosophy is and why it's important for instance, for college students to be studying philosophy. It has to do with seeking the truth about these things. Now, at a place like the Dominican School of Philosophy and Theology, the importance of truth is central. I mean, this is the whole Catholic and Dominican heritage. And so it fits in well with this so-called wisdom conception of what philosophy is and why it's important.